Alright guys, so after seeing a bunch of people, whether it's on Twitter or just other social media, I've been seeing a lot of people struggling a little bit with the Eis Shenron Shadow Dragon stage. So I wanted to kind of make like another video, just maybe making beating it with some different teams, because in my original video I kind of just beat it with, I think, like this stacked team right here, you know, both 7-year LRs, all that, so, or not 7-year, 8th-year LRs, so it's like, this is not really hard when you have all these guys. So I want to make a video basically using some other teams, I'm not including the 8th anniversary LRs. Obviously, if you have them, 100% use them, like especially if you have the Z duo, they are the best unit probably for this stage, because what you want to do against these Shadow Dragons is you want to bring all type advantage. You do not want to go, like, you definitely don't want type disadvantage, like, at all. And then type neutral, like, might be okay, but they don't take any damage from type neutral units. They literally only take damage from type advantage. So you really want to try to bring mainly physical units. So we're going to go ahead and, like, this might be a little bit of a longer video because I want to try to beat it with these 3 teams that I made right here. But I guess I'll go over the teams at the start, just so that if you want to just look at the teams and go ahead and try it yourself. So this first team right here is a Fuse Fighter / GT Heroes team with the 7-year LRs. Again, these guys are kind of like, they are a year old now. They are on the current banners, so like I would say like most people probably have them. But if you don't have them, don't worry, I have some other options here in just a second. But we have this team right here. Again, mainly want to go full physical units. You do not want to even risk or play with the idea of type disadvantage, or type neutral again is okay, but the unit has to be really good at tanking to be type neutral. And obviously here, I'm not trying to show you a no item event. Sorry, I moved my cord. I'm not trying to show you how to no item this event. I'm going to try to help you win as much as possible. So if you have it, try to use the GT Hero support memory, because this will boost up both your LR SS4s and this guy right here. And basically what you're going to try to do is you're going to try to nuke, or not nuke necessarily, but like this guy and the LR SS4s are going to do a lot of damage. And then we're going to bring 2 Eises just so we can live in case he decides to lock someone that we don't necessarily want him to lock. But we're probably just going to still use the Eises immediately, because we're going to try to kill him in the 4 turns of damage reduction that we have. Sliding over to the other team, I have this team right here. This is basically a team that is designed to where you can use the 8th year LR as your friend. And everybody on this team will get their leader skill, they will get their buffs. Everybody here is on like either final trump card or power of wishes. So you can use the 8th year LR as your friend and use, you know, you're basically just putting a team together that like somewhat works, and then you're going to use the 8th year LRs to basically power through it. In terms of support memories for this event, since you have like 3 Goku units here, I'd probably recommend bringing this support memory, or maybe bringing, this healing support memory right here, just to heal up if you do take some damage. But other than that, I don't really see any other support memories that would directly benefit. Like, we don't have a support memory, I don't think, right now that benefits the 8th year LRs, unfortunately, but maybe in part 3 we'll get one. And lastly, I wanted to make another Battle of Fate team. So this is another team that you can use to beat the mission, because there's a mission for this event where you can, you have to clear it with 6 Battle of Fate units. So basically what we have right here is a Kamehameha team with Battle of Fate. Like, all the characters here are Battle of Fate. So you can't bring the 8th anniversary LRs, I don't think, for this team, because some units will not get a leader skill, and you don't want to necessarily do that. You also can't really bring Vegeta and Trunks, because Vegeta and Trunks is your friend. They only give the Battle of Fate buff to like the 30%. They're not actually giving a leader skill. Even though I think everybody here, except for maybe Vegito, is on, well, no, Vegito's on Future. So yeah, I mean, technically, you possibly could bring, like, you definitely don't want to bring the gods. I don't know why the game is suggesting that. Do not listen to the game. You could technically bring Vegeta and Trunks as your friend, because everybody here is on, bond of parent and child. And then the only one that is not, which is this Vegito right here, is he's on future, so he's technically on the category. Vegito actually right here is getting the 200% buff from, well, what's it called, Vegeta and Trunks. Same thing I would say for this team. You want to use this support memory because again, what you're going to try to do is you're going to try to get this guy next to this guy, and you're going to want this guy to basically carry your damage in terms of just living. Now this is kind of bit of a more scary team because I think with a Whis, if this guy gets caught with a super attack, you might just be outright dead. Gohan should be fine because as long as he has his guard, I feel like he'll be okay with the Whis. So those are the teams that I have. Let me know if you guys have any teams in mind. Put them down in the comments to help other people out who are watching this video. But I'm gonna go ahead and jump in with these teams. We're gonna try to get a win with all of them. So I'm just gonna go ahead and jump in. Maybe I'll try to include everything without cutting in and out. But if I start I guess losing and stuff, I'll cut some I'll cut and I'll come back when I win with that certain team. I'll try to include at least one full run of a team, whether it's a win or a loss. So for this team right here, his first rotation, oh, and he locked, yeah. So I think this is what the main thing that a lot of people are struggling with this Eis Shenron is he just locks, or like this turn right here, he sometimes double locks your rotation. So it kind of sucks when he does that because if you get a unit lock that's not very good, you're just kind of dead. So we're gonna go ahead and pop the Whis here. Obviously, we're not gonna try to play around. I think we could maybe live this turn, but there's no point in trying to I guess trying to save our health or anything along those lines. Again, we're just here to try to win. We're not trying to min-max our efficiency or whatever. We're just trying to win here. So the SS4s here and Vegito, I would have probably liked to put Vegito in slot 1 here, even though he would have taken that super attack and he would have taken more damage than that, but it's the counters would have probably done more damage. Another strategy that is the reason why I'm doing this strategy is because with the Whis, since you're basically surviving maximum 4 turns because you'll have the Whis up multiple times or the entire time, you're gonna be able to at least survive until you can get SS4 Gogeta out. And if you're below 50% HP when SS4 Gogeta's out, you can pop his his active skill, and then that'll do a lot of damage to this ice. So yeah, just basically try to build your team to where just try not to bring even type neutral units. Trust me, I know you might not have the best physical units, but I feel like bringing any physical unit, unless you're bringing Vegeta and Trunks or Gohan, units like Guard, I think are okay type neutral in here. But other than that, I would say I would not recommend you to bring any units in here that are type disadvantaged, especially, or anything along those lines. Okay, so what do we want to do here? I want to try to get the support, but we have to get 7 orbs for that, which I don't think is possible. So we'll just go ahead and do this. And oh no, he gets it with 5 orbs. My bad. Do I want to save these orbs for the LR next turn? We'll do this, so we can save the orbs on the right for SS4 Gogeta on next turn. If he doesn't super Vegito here, Vegito could do a good amount of damage. He's still taking a little bit of damage, of course, but again, he's here for the counters. He's here for the possibly him going off doing a bunch of supers. As you can see, even with type advantage, we still don't do that much damage to this guy. But trust me, I've done this event. I think my first run, if you go back and if you ever did watch that video, my Vegeta, I was watching Vegeta and Trunks just basically tickle this guy. They were not doing anything to him, which was at the time I thought he just had that much damage reduction or that much defense to everything. So I was oh, this is gonna be a long run. But then I went to the next turn with the the 8th year Z duo. Oh, sorry, I moved the cord again. We went to the next turn with the 8th anniversary duo, and then they just absolutely incinerated him. So that's when I found out oh, you really want to just run type advantage against this guy. That's basically how you beat him. So we'll go ahead and do this. Unfortunate that he locked Vegito, but at the same time, Vegito is kind of not the greatest defensively, so it's you know, you would want to put him in front of all those attacks to get those counters, but it is very risky at the same time, so it's, you know, do it at your own discretion, I guess. So the 8th year LR or not the 8th, why do I keep saying 8th year for these guys, but these guys should be doing a lot of damage. Again, this team is basically centered around them and basically getting them to do a lot of damage. You could also bring SS4 Goku on this team to give them the links and all that, but I just wanted to mainly build a full physical team just to show off that that is basically the strategy that you want to try to implement. Regardless of what units you have or what box you have, you just want to bring all physical units. So he is slowly chipping away at us here, but I think we are below 50% right here, so when we go into this next turn, we will be able to, we're going to transform with SS4 Gogeta, and then obviously we're going to get his active skill as well, so and then he's going to do guaranteed crits, all that funny stuff. So kind of unfortunate that he got locked at the end, but we'll go ahead and transform with SS4 Gogeta, go ahead and pop this active skill, do a bunch of damage, and then we'll have guaranteed crits this turn. We'll grab all this just for the healing, and then 2 rainbow orbs for the damage reduction. We'll grab these with you, and then we'll grab all these with you. Alright. If he decides to super SS4 Gogeta here and Gogeta counters, which actually is not going to happen because we're just going to nullify this one attack. I mean, it still could be pretty good. This next attack that we might get hit by, this attack might be a super attack, but we're just going to nullify it. So, boom, just absolute incineration. We could kill on this turn as well. If we don't kill on this turn, we definitely don't die on this turn, even if any of these units get super attacked. So we'll just go into the next turn and we'll have the other SS4 Gogeta and then we'll just kill him. So it's fine. It's completely fine. But we could just outright kill him on this turn and be completely over and done with this event. Let's see. Does he die from this counter maybe? Or the next super? Does Weirus do the finishing blow here? Weirus, I would say, is a very underrated unit. I don't see a lot of people like talking about him or using him. But he's good, man. Like, the amount of orbs he changes, and like, he can dodge when you give him a bunch of orbs, so it's like, he's not the greatest defensively, but like, if you can get lucky with him and he just sits there bobbing and weaving, then like, he's great. Like, he's supporting and he's changing all these orbs, so there we go. That was an easy win with this team, first try, so we'll go ahead and hop in with the next team now. See how well this plays out. Like, again, I'm basically just trying to show y'all that you can use any of these teams, or just trying to show y'all at least the strategy that you want to try to think about when trying to team build, because I'm not expecting everybody to have these teams exactly how I have them in terms of dupes or in terms of how you can build them. Another strategy I guess you could do in this event is if you hop into this event and get like incinerated, let's just say turn 1, you could start charging up the Spirit Bomb with the Z Duo, and then like eventually maybe that'll one-shot. Wait, did I team build wrong? Why is that Goku not getting the buff? Uh-oh. I think I may have messed up in team building. I might have to go back to the drawing board, but let me go ahead and just see how this run goes. If we end up dying, I'm gonna go back and figure out what I did wrong, because I could have swore I sorted it to where these characters should be on the category of the Z Duo LRs, but we'll see how this run goes. We might just absolutely get wiped out here, and I'll cut and come back with a team that actually is supposed to work, but I guess I may have messed up a little bit, so we'll see. Maybe this run could still work out, maybe it wouldn't. I mean, it'd be funny if it does work out, because like, oh hey, we beat it with a team that at least 2 of these units, as we can see right here, don't have a full leader skill, but I don't think it's gonna go that way, because I think right here, even with the Whis, these guys are gonna, yeah, they're gonna take a bunch of damage, so yeah, I might as well just restart. I'll go ahead and cut probably once we eventually die here. And I'll come back with, you know, I guess an actually well-built team. I'm sorry, I could have swore I thought I had the team set up in a way to where it would work, but I guess not. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and do this. It's fine. Do that, and we'll do that. So yeah, the 8th year LR is like, what I'm basically trying to do with this team is I'm trying to make a team with kind of usable units where you can bring these guys as your friend, and we died. You can bring these guys as your friend, and basically these guys could just outright wipe out Ice in a few turns because they do so much damage. But give me 1 second. Let me just go back to the drawing board real quick, and I'll come back with a team that you can use with the Z Duo as your friend. Alright, sorry about that, everybody. I guess I must have clicked the wrong category when I made that team, so I was under false pretenses. But these are basically the physical units right here that at least I have that are under, you know, Power, Wishes, and Final Trump card, which is the 8th year Z Duo leader skill. Some other units that you could bring maybe is this guy. He is okay. Like, he can probably defend pretty good. I mainly brought Kefla over him just because she can orb change and make orbs for the, you know, these guys, whether it's these guys or make orbs for the other guys. Another unit you could bring if you want links for the 7-year LR is this guy. I'm just not bringing him because I have him at 55%. If I had this guy rainbowed, I probably would bring him because he also can counter super attacks. Other than that, there's not really much of a selection here in terms of like good units. You could bring this guy, but I don't like him. He's not the greatest. Yeah. And obviously, again, if you have the 8th anniversary LRs, then this video is not really for you, because I'm mainly making this video for people who don't have them. So we're going to bring them as our friend. We're going to use the GT support memory again, just because we want to buff the 8th or the 7th year LRs as much as possible, because they're probably the hardest hitters on this team, other than, you know, obviously the 8th year LRs. So we're going to hop in here, see how this one goes. Go tanks are locked in slot 1. Damn it. That is slightly annoying. Do we just go ahead and pop a double Whis here? I don't think we do. I don't think that's the play here. I think 1 Whis will be fine. Go tanks could maybe get clapped. I think he can dodge. But we'll see how that goes. Do I want to give all these orbs to Kefla? I mean, I want her to super, so I mean, I guess we'll give it to her. Vegito, we'll go ahead and give you all these too. Maybe that was a mistake, giving them all those orbs. Maybe I should have saved it for next turn, we'll see. This is gonna hurt a little bit. With this team, it might honestly be better for you to bring that Bulma support memory for the healing. Because it definitely does, yeah, it seems like even with a Whis, you will take quite a bit of damage here, just right away, so... We'll see how this run goes. If it doesn't go well, I'll cut and come back once I can beat it with this team. Because I feel like you can definitely beat it with this team. It's just, it's going to be a little bit difficult. Because some of these units, obviously, are only with, are only on a 120 leader skill here. At least from one side of the, like Vegeta right here is getting a 200% from the friend. But from the Gogeta LR that we're running as our leader, he's only getting 120%. Or, yeah, 120%, so... Let me go ahead and, I'll go ahead and just put it in fast forward real quick here, and we'll see how the rest of this run goes. Or actually, instead of putting it in fast forward, I'll just go ahead and cut, and I'll come back once we beat it. Alright guys, so I went ahead and beat it with this team. A few things that I thought of, I guess, while doing a few of these runs is, excuse me, I'm sorry for saying if Gogeta can counter, or if SS4 Vegito can counter, or if any unit like Kefla or if I said Gotenks can dodge. Because I kind of completely blanked out on the fact that this guy disables dodge, so you can't counter him, and you can't dodge his super attacks or anything like that. So I'm sorry if I said that at the beginning of the video. I kind of blanked out on that. I still think like the SS4s are still a very good option. That does not negate anything that I've said in this video. I just wanted to clarify that. Or if people were already yelling at me in the comments saying like, oh, no one can dodge, why do you say that? But we went ahead and beat it with this team. I changed out Gotenks for the free-to-play Z update Goku, and then I've replaced Kefla with Roshi, because Roshi on any rotation that has like this guy, or this guy, he can revive, and also this Goku obviously, he can revive if you're below 50% health, I think. So I just mainly brought him as like a healing person, because the one thing with this team I feel like compared to the other team is you take way more damage with this team, which is why I also brought this support memory, because it helped with the healing. But yeah, it was mainly these guys. They literally just carried in terms of damage and everything. So this team is basically just like a placeholder for you to get a rotation with these guys, and then these guys go crazy and do a bunch of damage. So you just kind of want to re-roll your turns until you get up at a pretty good turn of that. And now lastly, I just want to try to beat it with this Battle of Fate team that I made. This one might honestly be the hardest one out of all of them. I guess we're about to find out, but I am just not very confident about AGL Gohan, and then 2, the SS4 the S4 Goku. But let's go ahead and hop in. Let's just see how maybe what I'm actually gonna do here is I'm gonna actually re-roll the turn until hopefully I can get like a turn 1 of the SS4s with SS4 Goku, because like if we can get that right away and be able to just dish out a bunch of damage, that would be very nice. But nope, we did not get that. So let's go ahead and re-roll one more time. If not, I'm just gonna I'll cut and I'll come back once we have the rotation that I want to start off with, because I feel like that's at least one benefit of this event is you can just re-roll your turns. So it's just infinite tries, and you can just re-roll your turn until you get the best possible rotation. I mean, I guess we'll go ahead and proceed with this. It's not technically turn 1, but we at least have them on turn 2. I don't know how confident I am with 2 AGL Gohans here though, and he locked, of course he locked that guy. Why wouldn't you? I mean, I guess this is, I haven't tested Gohan here yet, so I guess let's see how he tanks. Like, I mean, he does guard, so I feel like his guard with the damage reduction should be good enough, right? Like, again, he is not gonna do any damage to this guy. He's not gonna do, like, yeah, like you can see, he's just tickling him, but he is a unit that is capable defensively, and since, again, we're just trying to use items here to blast through this, I don't think he'll be the worst option. I want to see how much he takes from a super attack, but again, I would assume since he is guarding and you are just basically trying to kill this guy before your Whis runs out, you should be able to, what's it called? You should be able to make do with what he has. Now, hopefully on the next turn, so the SS4 Goku and Vegeta are in the final slot on next turn, so hopefully he locks SS4 Goku in the middle. I really hope he doesn't lock Vegeta, or he doesn't lock the LR SS4s at the very end. If it had to be one of those two, I would rather Vegeta get locked in slot 1. Oh, and the cord cut out. Yes, he locked SS4 Goku. Let's go. So on this turn, this is going to be our big damage turn. We do have damage reduction here. Again, I am honestly not that confident about SS4 Goku here. I might honestly pop a double Whis. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do that. I think even with a Whis, if the SS4 Goku here gets tagged on a super attack, I think we're just dead. So we're just gonna go ahead and pop a double Whis, be completely safe here. He's giving all the power to the LRSS4s here. When we go back to this turn, we'll be able to transform into Gogeta, and I mean, I don't know if we'll be able to bring him down to half health, because again, we're just going to go back to next turn with the 2 Gohans, and the 2 Gohans are not going to be able to do super attacks. We'll see. We might get, this might be a little bit of a harder run than I thought, just because, again, you're trying to kill this guy before the Whis runs out, which means you have to bring pretty good damage units, but, again, the Gohans are really not that great damaging units, so we'll see how this goes. It also doesn't help that he locked the... because I would have liked to keep that SS2 Goku on rotation, because he is, you know, someone that can do actual damage. But since he got locked in slot 3 and floated off, now I'm not getting him back for a little bit, which means I'm missing out on a bunch of damage, basically. Yeah, I don't know, because we'll be able to make it through this next turn 100%, but... we're going to come back to this turn with no damage reduction, and we're going to have, you know, SS4 Goku there, which can, I think that will only spell disaster. Yep, yeah, he locked your units. Basically, I feel like the funny thing is with this guy is he basically just locks your units every single time in a way where you basically can't do anything. It's just like, he basically sets the turn for you. Which is why you want to bring units in here that, like, no matter what slot they're in, at least with a Whis, like, I'm not saying without a Whis, but I'm saying at least with a Whis, they can basically sit there and take it. Regardless if they have, like, with the, like, let's see, how much does Gohan take here? This is with a bunch of stacks. 100k still. I mean, actually, as funny as it is, I actually wish he would have taken a little bit more damage there, because, funny enough is we are right above, I think, 50% HP, which if we were below 50% HP would be able to do SS4 Gogeta's active skill next turn. Yeah, we might be dead on this turn, honestly. We did also get the heal from the support memory, which, funny enough, that also kind of screws us, because, you know, we would have been able to transform with this guy, but now we can't. So, it's very fun. So, let's go ahead and just, do this. Get some damage on there. Not gonna be the greatest damage, obviously. Let's see, do that. Get him out. I want to grab the rainbow orbs with him, just so we can get damage reduction. Damn, that's not gonna be an 18 key. I guess we'll do this. Okay, yeah, we might just be dead on this turn, bro. The Goku in the front is gonna take too much damage. Yeah, almost 100k in normal. He'll be fine here if he, like, triple supers, I think. But unless Gogeta eats the super attack, or if Gogeta nullifies it, we'll be fine. But, again, I am... let's see, how many normals does SS4 Goku have to take? Or how many attacks? Is it only 1? It is only 1. And then SS4 Gogeta is only going to have to take 1 as well, because he's going to nullify one of them. I mean, I don't know. If that one attack on Goku at the end there is a super attack, we're 100% dead. Even if it's not, I am expecting this. I'm expecting us for Goku to take some damage, unless he double supers and double massively raises defense. Let's see. This is doable. It's just we kind of got unlucky rotations, or he locked our units in a way where he kind of floated off one of our biggest damage units. Let's see, how much do you do here to this guy? Still 60k, okay. Are we below 59%? Well, it doesn't matter, because he just went ahead and said, screw you, I'm locking Vegito. I am taking Vegito with me. There's nothing you can do. I want to give those orbs to the Goku, but, like, I also want to super with Vegito so he can get his defense. Ay. I'm gonna go for the heal with the orbs. Maybe this is the right choice, maybe this is the wrong choice. We will never know until we go through with the turn, so... Alright, Vegito, I need 3 supers. I need 3 additional supers from your passive, please. Just... Alright, that's 1. Alright, 2 more to go. If he... Okay, at least give me 1 more. Come on, just 1 more. Damn it. And he's supering right there. That's unfortunate. Ouch. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if he doesn't super Vegito here, and, you know, Vegito gives me at least 2 supers, we would have probably been able to live, because I think Gohan at the end probably would have been able to take the super attack. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a couple more tries. I just wanted to include at least one full run. I'll go ahead and give this a couple more tries. I'll try to maybe include a sped up version, or maybe I'll just cut once we beat it. Alright guys, I've been trying this for a little bit. This team is kind of a little bit rough around the edges, but we might be able to kill on this turn. Let's see how it goes. We're gonna pop these active skills. We're gonna see how much damage we can do on these. Hopefully, I mean, honestly, I think it all really depends on Gogeta here. If Gogeta pops off with a triple super and, you know, annihilates this guy, we're good. But if he does not do that and gives us only like one super attack, we're screwed, honestly. There's nothing really we can do here. Go ahead and do this, and then we'll give this guy as many orbs, so hopefully he can at least do as much damage as possible. I'm not expecting to live past this turn, but we can definitely maybe kill this turn. So my biggest issue I would say with this team after doing a lot of runs so far is that I've had multiple runs where I would have won, but the Super Saiyan of course we only got one. Are you serious? Like, yeah, it's basically just this, I mean, it's not really with Gogeta, but this was basically happening to me earlier with the SS2 into SS3 Goku. I swear to God, nearly every single time I got him to transform into Super Saiyan 3, we would win on the turn that he was Super Saiyan 3, but guess what? He would just do 4 normals, and I would just lose. There was just nothing I can do. And just, again, here we are, another turn where we're just kind of, there's nothing really we can do on this turn, because I can't heal up probably for Vegito to live, like, I don't know, maybe like if he doesn't super right away, but Vegito just dies. Like, there's nothing I can do here. Yeah, we're just dead here. This guy is kind of, this team is a little bit hard. I am getting very close, so this is doable to an extent. Now, one thing I want to try, this is gonna be a little bit of a funny thing, I guess. Let me cut real quick, and I'll come back with something that might be a little bit easier. We'll see how it goes. Alright guys, we're gonna try a bit of a different strategy here. We're basically just gonna try to nuke this guy and see if it works or not. I basically just brought a full Battle of Fate team. I'm using the Dalvara Cookie item, of course, and I went ahead and used this because this support memory gives 15% attack for 1 turn when facing extreme class. If he doesn't super, I mean, I need him just not to super at all, which, I mean, that's asking for a lot, but if he doesn't super this turn, and we get to the SS3 and SS2 Vegeta here, and they don't let me down with the super attacks, this could work. Let's see. Okay. So yeah, he can't. Even if this guy triple supers, I don't think he can eat a super attack from, what's his name? So I just really need this next normal just not to be a super attack. Okay. I mean, I would have liked him to do a little bit more damage than that, but let's see. Maybe these guys can just outright kill him. It's a 25 mil attack stat, and they have 1 more guaranteed. We did get the 70% chance one. That's pretty good. Okay, now if we can just make all these super attacks crits, that would be even better. No crit on that one, but hopefully on this one, and then we still could get the hidden potential one. Honestly, I think we might need to get the hidden potential one to kill here. No, we got a normal. Are you serious? Yeah, we would have won right there. God damn it. Well, okay, this video is kind of turning into a mess, so I think I'm just gonna end it here. So you could try to do that, as you saw right there. It is possible. So it's basically a team that I built. It's just full Battle of Fate with a leader skill to these guys. Basically, we would have killed right there if we would have gotten some. I think like 2 of those super attacks weren't crits. And then if we would have gotten the hidden potential system, if it wasn't a normal, he would have gotten a super instead. That would have killed him right there, and we would have beaten it. But this is basically a setup I used for the nuking. As for the setup that I had before with the AGLR Gohan and the other team, That setup can also work. It's just, it is very hard. Like, you do need a lot to go your way. One of those two things is you really want, when you, like, you know, you probably want to get this guy transformed on that setup, and you want this guy to go crazy. You want him to go, like, bunch of additionals, bunch of crits, and then you also want SS4 Gogeta, especially on the turn that you get his active skill off, which is probably going to be the only turn that you'll have this guy out. You want to be able to push out this guy's active skill and then have him go insane in terms of, again, additionaling and all that stuff. So it is possible with the other team, and if you're willing to sit here and just probably re-roll your turns for hours and hours, you could also do it with this team. And again, if you have Vegeta and Trunks or any of those units, this will go way easier. You can follow somewhat of a similar team. But yeah, basically the whole point of this guide is just to show you how important it is to get a full physical team and just basically use that. Hopefully, like, this still helps. I kind of feel bad for not showing a completed run with the Battle of Fate team, but it is possible, I promise. I don't have time right now to sit here and just, because I could be here all day doing these attempts, and I'm sorry, I just don't have the time. I have other things I have to get around to. But if y'all need any further help, drop a comment on this video. I will try my best to help you out. You can maybe even, I can maybe figure something out, and we can, like, private message each other, and you can send me your, like, team, or I guess your lineups that can help you team build something to where you can maybe beat the event. So let me know what you guys think of this video. Let me know if it was helpful in any type of way, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace out.